Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Ackerson. I'm the CEO and founder of AutoGrow.co, as you may already know. And I'm joined by Mariana today, and we're talking about 3 Tripwire examples that will inspire you to create your own. So if you're not already familiar, a Tripwire is it's an inexpensive offer that you sell to your audience. It can be anywhere typically from $1 up to $50. And the idea of selling a tripwire is it's really not about making a lot of money from it, although that's very possible, as we will see from some of the examples here. But the idea is to say, okay, for a little bit of money, you're going to get some value, and to kind of build that association in your prospect's mind and to just build that relationship. Because if you create that association where, okay, you trusted us with $5, you paid $5, and you got $50 in value, well, awesome. How much more likely is that person to actually then therefore go ahead and buy your more expensive product, which might be 10 or 100 times the cost of that $5 tripwire. All right, so that's the concept of a tripwire and how powerful it is. Other marketers have reported, and I can tell you for a fact, about 10 times higher likelihood of someone actually buying from you after they've first bought something kind of small and inexpensive, to sort of test out, okay, is this business legit? Is this brand legit? Do they know what they're talking about? Can they help me? If I invest a little bit, am I going to get a lot more in return? Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about, Mariana, these 3 tripwire examples to help inspire you and create your own.
Okay, the first one is Jason Zook's $1 bundle that generated $40,000 in revenue.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And so can you break down some of the details of this case study?
Yeah, so actually he launched his Tripwire for just $1, but the price would increase by $1 each time someone made a purchase. Actually, something really interesting about putting together this article was that bundles sell pretty well as tripwires. And there's one research that says that 35% of all Amazon purchases come from selling bundles. Bundles are like packages of products. So in this case, Jason decided to sell a few products on his podcast. He has a very popular podcast, and he was selling ebooks, some other resources, and the cost of all those things were I think it was $2,000, $2,500,
Mm-hmm.
and they skyrocket revenue. They made $40,000 with that bundle.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's an interesting, I think, very common example that a lot of people will identify with. The idea that on Amazon, 35% of all Amazon purchases are actually coming through bundles. So it's often sort of like an upsell situation. You add something to your cart. Oh, other people also bought this other thing over here, so you might want to kind of pair these 2 products together. 35%, that's a lot, considering how big Amazon is and how much in sales they're doing as a business. They're currently valued over $1 trillion as a company. So, but in this case, with Jason's $1 bundle, what I love about how it is structured is that it's very creative. And there is a real element of scarcity in terms of sales funnel physics, which we talk all the time about here at AutoGrow, the 11 laws of sales funnel physics, which is our framework for understanding why people are or aren't buying something, converting or not converting in your funnel. So one of the 11 laws of sales funnel physics that's at work here is the law of loss. I mean, just think about it. Put yourself in the shoes of a prospect that sees this offer. Oh man, it's $1, but it goes up every single time someone buys something. So the longer I wait, the higher the price is going to be. Let me click right now and go buy it. So law of loss, playing on the fear factor and the scarcity there, because otherwise they'd have to pay more. So no wonder it did so well. $40,000 in revenue is nothing to sneeze at. So awesome. What's the next one?
And it's really interesting, the strategy that they use for selling it. which was, like the first person, would buy the Tripwire for $1, then the second person would buy it for $2, then the third person for $3. I think that was very unique about that
And,
Tripwire.
and people are looking at it like, oh man, it's even at, 20, $50. It's a great deal. But here's the other thing. Here's the other law that I'm glad you said that, Mariana, because it just triggered this thing that I want to mention for the audience. It's a 2-for-1. So it's playing on the law of loss. It gets more expensive over time, but the higher the prices, the more social proof there is. If it's $100, that means 100 people just bought this thing. There you go.
Yeah. So the next example is Authority Hackers Introductory course that generated over $2,000 in revenue in the first 30 days. They put together a course that the price was originally $297, and they decided to sell it as part of their Tripwire, and they offered a portion of it as for a $995, and in less than 30 days they saw revenue grow to $2,376.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I really like about this example, it combines the concept of tripwires on the one hand and product splinters on the other, and it shows you how they're just interrelated. So for example, a product splinter is where you go to your main product, imagine it's like a block of wood, and you just kind of like splinter off a piece of it and you sell that as its own individual product. So if you have an online course, online training, and it has 10 modules, you take one of the modules, as Authority Hacker basically did in this case, and you sell that as its own product, and then you upsell the full version of it. And it's a really natural, easy upsell, because it's like, hey, you're already getting this key part of it. Why not get the whole thing? Because it's not like, okay, so in other words, in terms of sales funnel physics, it has high alignment from the Tripwire, the buying of the Tripwire offer, to the actual upsell. The other thing that I like about this case study from Authority Hacker is that the end result, it obviously was successful, but the number isn't like astronomical. So I'm really glad that we found this example, Mariana, because I think especially for a lot of entrepreneurs who are just starting out, selling their own products, maybe pairing it with their own services, it's relatable. It's kind of a manageable number, because we hear so often about these super hyped case studies of these gurus, like, oh man, I just made like $140,000, $147,000 from one launch and one product, and it was like crazy, and versus $2,376, certainly nothing to sneeze at, and still a success. So I think it's very doable and relatable, I think, in that way. I mean, and I can tell you too, from experience, in 2018, when we really doubled down on creating and selling our own info products and online trainings, which if you guys are interested, you can check out at autogrow.co/marketplace if you're more the do-it-yourself type. You got to start somewhere, and that's how it started for us. It started with just these $7 swipe files, which was our Tripwire, which we can talk about right now.
So the next example is Autogrow's Ultimate Swipe File that generated over $10,000 in sales, specifically $12,000. I think this doesn't include upsells, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we went back, we looked at the data just for the last 2 years. From one $7 product, the company has generated, Autogrow has generated $12,418 just from this one $7 product. I mean, it provides tremendous value. We call it our Autogrow's Ultimate Sales Funnel Swipe File. So it has all these different examples of different funnel elements from successful businesses, that can inspire and that customers who buy it can kind of take not just inspiration, but can copy and kind of make it their own. And so it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. It takes, and it's also like a curated group of high quality examples. So yeah, just from that, over $12,000 in sales. But that doesn't take into account too the upsell rate, where typically at least 1 in 4 purchases would actually buy something additional. They'd add something else onto their order, like AutoGrow's 6-figure sales funnel training, or they would add something like our sales funnel diagram pack, which wasn't that much more expensive by comparison. So part of the thing too to think about when you're upselling from Tripwire to, some other type of offer is, how big of a jump is it in terms of price? Because, like a Tripwire is designed to be cheap, just to kind of get people in the door. So, generally speaking, you're probably not going to just be upselling another, $7 thing. It's normal for it to be, as high as, $100, maybe $200. I've seen one example where someone was upselling a $2,000 course, but it gets results. But you should think about it in terms of alignment too, because the higher the price, the higher the drop-off rate will be. You want something that's somewhat in the ballpark of whatever the previous offer was. So if you're at $7, the next upsell offer should be something around, just for best results, from we found $29 to maybe $100 at most.
Okay, that's great. So I
So,
think those are the examples.
yep. So those are all 3 examples. Hope you guys found this informative. But to actually get more, many more examples, in fact, check out the full article if you're watching this on YouTube in the link below in the description. Or if you're watching this on autogrow.co, just scroll down and there's 7 more examples that you can check out that will just inspire you, show you what's possible, and help you actually create your own Tripwire, because Tripwires are so valuable. And again, I don't know if I actually said this, but those $12,000 in sales resulted in at least an additional $20,000, $30,000 in terms of upsells. Okay. So for example, in 2018, I believe we made about $5,000 in sales for our Tripwire. But overall for the year, we made over $40,000 in info product and online sales. And the vast majority of that $40,000 minus the $5,000 came from upsells. Actually, I think about a little more than half. No, actually 40%. 40%. I calculated it a few months back. So 40%. So that just shows you the power again of Tripwires. And again, go check out the full article. Great examples there. And finally, if you want help, whether it's in terms of strategy like this, or in terms of just actually creating and optimizing your whole sales funnel, maintaining it, because you're busy running your business, go ahead and check out autogrow.co, because with Autogrow, you can just delegate your digital marketing tasks without the high cost of hiring. So with other solutions, marketplaces, you have to go find freelancers, hope they don't flake out on you, do interviews, you try to build your own team, try to do it all yourself, and it's going to take you a lot of time. With Autogrow, you can just delegate it to us, because Autogrow is like project management software with a full team of professionals attached, developers, designers, ads managers, SEO experts, marketing strategists, and more. And so you log into the Autogrow app, you type what you want to get done, or you could use some of our existing project and task templates. We have a full library of them, whether you're looking to create ads or a landing page, whatever, emails, you want a strategy consultation to kind of hash out how the Tripwire funnel that you want to create is actually going to work. You type out your notes. What do you want to accomplish? To make the idea, to add it to your ideas tab. And then when you're ready, you click on make it real. So you want to make ideas real using the Autogrow software. When you click on that button, you're going to watch the project be made in real time. It goes from 0 to 100%. And as we go through the process of making it, you can ask questions. We'll be available to help you through Autogrow's built-in live chat as well. All right. So check it out. It's autogrow.co. And thank you all for watching. Thank you, Mariana. And as always, keep converting. and stay focused.